In Jack's world, if he didn't have a gun, things might not go so wrong. So they approached the mysterious shadow, panting heavily, just like the protagonist in a detective novel. Subtitles. He arrived swiftly like a surfer riding a wave. Yet this wave wasn't set off by him. Rather, it was the mad maneuvering of the puppet master behind the scenes, as he was inserting the USB into the computer. At this moment, Neely felt tense, realizing the wave had a password with only 3 tries in 2 minutes. Otherwise, these files would self-destruct like an old philosophy book no one wants to read anymore. They whispered and frantically guessed what was going on in Fran's mind, but after 2 wrong guesses, the tension rose, leaving them with just one last chance. An idea struck O'Donnell like lightning. He spoke confidently as he typed in Jack's messenger. Sure enough, the password was correct. Seeing this, Jack felt his determination fueled, the documents printing out page after page. Once they looked at them, confusion took over, with names and data feeling like they were entering a bizarre lottery with no... Right now, they were utterly baffled, but these files could be deadly, prompting them to consider expanding the team. So they decided to call their old pals back like a team reunion. After a round of knocking, and still no answer, Jack opted for a dramatic door-busting entrance. Once inside, a terrible stench assaulted them, more heart-stopping than any horror movie opening. After searching, they found the source was a dead dog. Jack turned around, his gaze sharp as a hawk, and unexpectedly spotted a bonfire photo, igniting his fury. Subtitles. Fuming with rage, Jack stormed out of the door, feeling increasingly that someone was secretly observing them, and a storm was about to break out. His old buddies were dropping like flies, and now he had pinpointed himself in the sights of danger. Jack, out of control, couldn't suppress his rage, only to see his companion find the police badge a perfect blunder. After this slapstick blunder, everyone hurried to exit, wanting to avoid a sequel of chaos. Neely suddenly recalled the cop's name, snagging the bull by the horns, instantly realizing the gravity of the situation. When Guy regained consciousness, he'd definitely report what happened. Jack's cover was blown embarrassing. O'Donnell and the back cheekily suggested, "Let's park at the airport." They scrambled to find a new ride, except now their names were tagged like badges, making renting a car impossible. In this get-caught moment, Jack had a light bulb moment and approached a woman with a suitcase like a savvy thief. Helen is also a member of the Special Investigation Team, and she is currently on an undercover mission. What a truly outstanding individual she is. Hopefully her fake ID was strong enough, especially since the way she looked at Jack was like eyeing a delicious dish. The indicators of success were clearly evident. Helen's assistance provided them with a renewed hope to purchase a car. Helen's expertise was data analysis, but seeing the numbers in the paper left her feeling baffled. While she was busy, the tailing assassin was reporting back to Old Island. Bingo, the assassin caught on. Jack and his crew were off to find their investigative pals. But when they barged into the office, they discovered it had also been ransacked, the broken stationery resembling antiques stripped of their glory. O'Donnell picked up a bonfire photo frame from the ground. Jack spotted another at his feet. He picked it up and saw it was a photo of Sanchez with the girl, indicating that Sanchez held the girl in high regard. The 4 then arrived at the bar, looking like detectives seeking help. Jack and Helen and O'Donnell wait outside while he and Neely went to investigate inside. After viewing the photo, the bartender promptly led them to the girl. As they left, Martina sprinted out of the bar like a student fleeing a pop quiz. Helen and O'Donnell recognized the girl and hurried to chase after her, while Jack and Neely got caught in a narrow hallway. At this moment, the man didn't say a word and immediately attacked Jack knew he had been misunderstood, but there was no time to explain. Jack decided to let his fist do the talking and managed to boot the man out. Helen conveniently arrived with Martina just in time. Now the misunderstanding had been cleared up, Martina mentioned that the investigation team members had been there before. She quickly pulled out some photos for everyone to see. As for the case, Martina wasn't particularly informed, but she heard them mention casino, and Sanchez and Oro were indeed security guards there. Their investigation was likely tied to the casino, so they approached the security chief there and introduced themselves, kicking off the formal proceedings. The chief said, given the severity of the case, he needed to contact other casinos first while the four could temporarily stay at. Jack enjoyed relaxation at the hotel, tending wounds before the mirror, while a charming woman kept eyeing him. Helen quickly glanced at her phone and burst. Realizing she was also injured, Jack said, "I can help." Unexpectedly, while Jack was tending to her injury, he blew gently over the cut, turning their eye contact into a flirtation. Helen instinctively kissed Jack, and we all know what happened next. Let's rewind and see how they got these injuries. While Jack and Helen were out shopping, someone started tailing them. Jack decided to uncover this mysterious stalker's identity, thus they climbed over a wall to hide at a construction site. Helen took a tool as a weapon to hide. Jack drew attention ahead. As he climbed the scaffolding barehanded, he spotted a follower. To their surprise, Jack suddenly turned and charged out of the shadows, where the assailant swung a small knife and tore Jack's shirt. The attacker thought the knife would easily kill Jack, but it sparked his unmatched fighting instinct, leaving the foe badly beaten. Spying a shovel nearby, Jack instantly seized it as a weapon, hitting the guy's gut with all his might, then following through by tossing him out. Truly a combat enthusiast. However, Helen wasn't there just to chill. Sensing trouble, the crew sprang into action, but just as Helen was ready to take down the target, the gunman opened fire on him. The readily available human shield at hand, Helen fortuitously escaped unscathed. Jack swiftly arrived, disarming the gunman, who was now completely defenseless against Jack's waterboarding. Jack searched the man, found only keys. Now they must check the car for clues. In the extra storage compartment provided, Helen uncovered a complete file regarding the members of the Special Investigation Team, suggesting that this attack was far from an impromptu act. Meanwhile, Jack came across a mobile phone, dialed the last number, only to have it abruptly hung up on him. He concluded that this person used a disposable Fern Goodluck tracking mat. Then Helen uncovered a parking slip under the extra seat. Now they finally knew where to go for their investigation. Those annoying killer corpses finally had a good place to go. Don't forget, there are still plenty of unresolved cases awaiting them.